Yo! How's it going? Oh, I didn't play my thing. Happy New Year to everybody. Sarah, how's it going? Circle. How was your Christmas time off? Or not necessarily off, not everybody's off. Why is it so dark in here? Blip, blip, blip. Sarah, I can see your comments just fine. Hopefully everybody else can. I don't know what happened last stream as to why you couldn't see anything. What? Why is it so bright? Bam, 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 bam. Right, let me sort out my camera. I haven't been on my laptop on my PC in such a long time. Everything's so alien. Lily Moon, how are you feeling? How's the big Rona treating you? I'm so sorry that you didn't get a chance to spend it with your family. Although I did see that your parents did come round and see you for a brief moment, which is nice. Damn, I know I'm normally white and pasty, but now I'm super white and pasty. Good Christmas to you? Yeah, I had a good Christmas. It was really hectic. I've got a lot of family. My mum and dad are split up. My brother comes all the way down from Newcastle. My sister comes from central London. So everybody wants to see everybody. So we were kind of all over the place. God, it's been awful. Are you on the mend? That is the big question. Are you on the mend? Are you getting any better? Because you're not getting any better. That kind of sucks. And your voice is still gone? Man, that sucks. What about your partner? Had a good Christmas, been really ill lately. Everyone's suffering with the monster cold. That's not good. I think maybe Corona affected us all. Let me move the focus. Born! What up? Happy 2023. How was your New Year, Born? Did you take any time off work? Did you have to work? Do you guys work between Christmas, over Christmas? In England, it's pretty... we get a lot of bank holidays. It's normally only restaurants and retail people that tend to work a lot over the weekend. Let me get my focus up. Whee! All right. Everyone seems to be ill lately. Yeah, they do. 'Tis the season. I think like I said, the last 2 years, everyone... Wait, where are you guys? Why are you not here? It looks like I'm talking to nobody. There you are. Woo! Ark! Dude, how's it going? Hairbringer of good vibes. Okay, Shonen King. I wouldn't say I call myself a Shonen King. Or Streaming Lord. But I like to think I'm a wholesome dude. How was your Christmas? How was your New Year, dude? You missed out the last 2 shifts at Tesco's. Oh, man. That's lack of money as well. Do they pay you for sick day? You don't really get crap? Dude, surely they give you like medical and dental and holidays, right? Hit the day... Had a day off after Christmas and that was it? Man. Croptic! How's it going? Happy New Year to you. Did anybody read any manga over the weekend? Over the Christmas period? Because I feel like a lot of people online were saying that they were too busy to read anything. Everyone had such high hopes to read manga over the weekend. Over the Christmas period, and no one really did. I saw a lot of people got manga for Christmas, for presents, but I didn't see a lot of people reading a lot. So, I don't know. Good Christmas, so New Year. I think as you get older, you celebrate New Year less and less and less. It's all about the nightclubs and, house parties and stuff when you're younger. But yeah, as you get older, you kind of just... I was in bed before 12. I think I got into bed at like 10:30. And what was I reading? I think I was reading Black Lagoon. And I got like 3-4 pages in. And I was dozing off. I was like, nope. Goodbye. Call us out. Yeah, that is... I don't know, manga collector's paradise, isn't it? Just spend, and just stack on the shelf and then never read them, ever, right? And Liddy, I expect you not to read anything, to be fair. You should be in bed. You shouldn't be here. You should be resting up and taking it easy. Loads of fluids. I don't know if that works for COVID. Didn't read what you were planned, but you caught up with Hunter x Hunter. When you say caught up, you mean like the most current chapters? Is he still releasing weekly? I hope he's doing okay. I've seen Hunter x Hunter on a lot of people's wish list last year, especially with the return and a lot of reprints. So hopefully a lot of people have started picking up all their missing volumes. I know they released like, I think I saw the first 20 volumes in Forbidden Planet maybe like 2-3 months ago. Star Tokyo Revengers. What do you think of the art style? A lot of people who were anime only were shocked that the art was so much different. And people who hadn't watched the anime, I know Weeb Dad mentioned that he wasn't a big fan of Tokyo Revengers. The stark contrast of the hype and the visuals weren't kicking it for him. Still reading Master Keaton? I'm still looking for Master Keaton. What is it, like 5 volumes? 6? Maybe less? I didn't know we had to read manga. I didn't know I could read. Bum, bum, bum. Let's turn this down for me, because it's super loud. Art's a little weird, but you actually like it. Did you watch the anime at all? I find when you watch the anime and you've already kind of built a relationship for the characters, like you're connected to some of the characters of the scenarios of the world that they live in. I feel like when you go to the manga, even though that the art style isn't great, I still feel like it's an enjoyable read. I was like that with Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan, notoriously terrible visuals on the manga front. Although I think Attack on Titan does pick up towards the end. He adds screen tones, I think, after chapter 10. So like the 3rd or 4th volume. So it kind of feels a little bit more lived in, the worlds, rather than just terrible drawings. But I've heard a lot of people say they did particularly like Tokyo Revengers. Maybe this one's different. I haven't started it myself, so I wouldn't know. You haven't seen the anime, but you watched the OP? Well, that's good. I'm glad that you're enjoying it so far. Yes, hello to everybody. I hope you enjoyed the Christmas period and you got loads of, well, maybe not loads of manga read, but you bought loads of manga and just relaxed, took it easy. Did everybody enjoy the 2022 manga video that I did? A lot of people did. It's quickly becoming my most popular video. The sole reason I did it, maybe it's a bit egotistical, but I just wanted to connect with some of the bigger people out there. And loads of people reached out in the comments. Some people private DM'd me and everything. Some really, really nice and positive words. Everybody seemed to like it. I don't think I'd done anyone dirty. I think I just picked wholesome clips for the most part. I think I did anyway. Except for 2023 anime and manga to come out. No comment, because I don't really know what there is in terms of manga, you know? I kind of just wait for Riley's video to come out. He does like a monthly manga review, what to buy in this month, what's coming out. There's a few things I want to do. I want to buy some more shoujo. There's a couple more. There's a few new shoujo coming out this year, which should be good. And everything that anime related, I've already read. Vinland Saga, I think Attack on Titan hopefully will come out this year. They haven't confirmed a date. They did say 2023. We presumed it would be January. now it's not here for the winter, so probably be spring, maybe summer, who knows. So I'll be looking forward for that wrapping up. I think Demon Slayer is also scheduled to come out next year, later on in the year, I think. There's a lot of good stacked anime coming out. Let me have a quick... Let's have a quick look at my anime list. How about that? If we look at the anime list, and then I don't know what we do in terms of manga. I guess Viz and Kodansha, they have on their websites, they have everything that's coming out for the current month and the next month. But I don't know if they have a catalogue for everything that comes out for the whole year. The Himika Burp? Yeah, the legendary Himika Burp. That was so good. I hope it goes down in history. If I make another one next year, I'll probably add that again. Just because. That's definitely a showcase manga tubers and appreciate the community. Yeah, I think that was really it. A few people mentioned how difficult it must have been. It wasn't too difficult. Maybe because I was having so much fun with it. And to be honest, a lot of the clips were kind of already set to memory. I already knew most of the clips. I would say there's around, I think, 30 clips over like 35, 40 creators. And I think, what is this? Get out of this. And I think throughout the year, those particular clips, like the Boogie Snacks one where he was being a chicken, he done that with Viz. Zach from Uchu Shelf, he always adds like comical bits. Colleen, she always adds like little skits and everything. And a lot of the live stream experiences were pretty funny. They were easy to remember, so they weren't too difficult to put together. Maybe a couple of hours, 3-4 hours. Maybe like an hour to download the clips, and then like another hour and a half, 2 hours maybe, to put it through. But it was fun. A lot of fun. A lot of people DM me saying that they're looking forward to next year. So, and I've started following so many other creators who are just as entertaining. So hopefully next year I'll be able to do something a little bit bigger. Looking forward to... They were 11. What the hell is that? Dude, you and your Gekiga. It's probably not Gekiga, is it? Who's Moto Hagio? Dude, this is super old. 1975. This came out. One single volume. Who's picking it up? Who's picking up the manga? I can't see. Where is my anime and chill playlist? There we go. Still trying to catch up with the manga that was airing over Christmas. Yeah. I think there was a lot of push towards the end of some of the good stuff. I think Christmas is the worst time to catch up with manga, especially if you're with anime, especially if you're like reading it weekly, watching it weekly, or trying to read manga in general. Because you've got family and stuff, things become more of a priority, don't they? Who's Makoto Hagio? What else does she do, or he do? Oh, it's a she. Hang on a sec, I recognize this lady. Where do I recognize her from? Who is she? Why do I recognize her? I feel like I recognize her. What has she done? What is some of her most notorious work? I don't recognize any of it. Unless... No, Ark, you're not on Twitter anymore. Because I feel like I get a lot of my manga news from here, from Twitter. So you wouldn't have liked this. Someone may have liked this. Oh, and it's shoujo as well. Drunken Dreams and Other Stories. Oh, Drunken Dreams. Why does that ring a bell? Maybe it was that. Maybe somebody posted up about Drunken Dreams. Where is Drunken Dreams? Is that old? I can't see it on her list. It's probably named something else. Man, you guys, I wouldn't say she's a, I don't know. Does she, would you class her works as Gekiga? Yes, that's where I got it from. You sent me the picture, didn't you? You sent me, yes, you did. I completely forgot. I knew I recognized her name. I mean, the name. Drunken Dreams. Because I looked it up. It was like £25 on eBay. On eBay? On Amazon. Hardback, right? Hopefully it's good. Well, hopefully more. It doesn't look like a lot of her stuff is produced outside of Japan. She's a classic shoujo author. That's sick. But yeah, for me, there's not a lot of anime or manga that I can think of right now that is on my definitely to watch list. Probably the only one is Attack on Titan, because I have a few friends that are very they don't watch the anime, don't read the manga, so they're anticipating the anime. What else? What is there? So we've got Vinland Saga. I probably won't watch that because I'm still reading it. I'm struggling to find volume 7, sorry. Because I have up to volume 8, and I presume we'll probably get around the same amount of volumes. The first season was 24 episodes. Does it say how many? It doesn't say how many episodes this one will be. But the first season was 24 episodes. And that took us to around 8.5. 8.5 episodes in. So, 8.5 volumes in, which is around 4 for the omnibus. Langston, good evening. Will you be sticking around for much longer? Because you normally kind of pop in, say hi, say bye. No, that's a bad thing. How was your Christmas? How was your New Year with family? Zoe! Zoe, how is your reading going? How is your reading more this year going? We're on day 2. You should have at least read 4 volumes. 2 volumes a day. You can do it, I believe. You're so out of the loop of watching anime? Yeah, I think most people are. You just kind of drop off. You can't keep it up forever unless it's your full-time job. There's loads of creators out there who just who watch everything. And that's all they do, which isn't a bad thing. I wish I could do something like that. But I struggle to articulate my feelings towards certain things. But yeah, probably Vinland Saga I might watch after I've read volume 7. Why? I say this every stream, that I need to update. What if I do this? Nope, that didn't work. Let me... What if I do this now? There we go. Totally didn't realize it was Monday. Yeah, I think when you take a lot of time off over Christmas, especially in the UK, with all the bank holidays and everything, you kind of forget what days they are. I went to work last week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, for 2.5 days. We had half day on the Friday, but I nearly woke up late on the Wednesday because I thought I was still off. I had 5 days off prior, and I was just out of the loop. I didn't know what was what. Didn't know what time it was. All I knew is that the moment I was hungry, I needed to eat. And the moment I was thirsty, I needed to drink. And that was it. And whenever my family called me to meet up, I was there. I didn't look at time, date, meant nothing. You missed the chat for the last few weeks? Ah, that makes me happy. I'm sure it makes everybody else happy. But it's literally only been 1 week. Oh, it's 2 weeks, I guess, because I wasn't live last week. I feel like with loads of people, doing their Christmas thing, no one would have turned up. Not long tonight. Dude, I don't expect you to stay any longer than you need to. You woke up early, got work tomorrow. It sucks. Everyone gets excited over Christmas, takes so much time off, and then they realize, January 1st, back to the grind. Until, I don't know, next year, I guess. I'm glad you had a good holiday. Tokyo, what is this? Oh, this is just a special, I presume. But there isn't... Oh, Neotomata. I probably want to watch this because I played some of the game. I didn't finish it, but I'd like to see the adaptation for this. And it's A1 Pictures. I really enjoy everything that they've done so far. What else is there? Nothing that is piquing my interest. There is a lot of isekai. Cake Tins would be happy. So that's winter. Then we've got spring. What's in spring? Oh, Demon Slayer is spring. Dr. Stone. I probably won't watch that. Oh, Hell's Paradise. I started reading Hell's Paradise over the weekend. I keep saying weekend. Over the Christmas period. I watched the first 6 chapters, I think. Volumes even. They were pretty cool. Oh, speaking of which... I'll show you later, but I got a volume of Hell's Paradise. I got 2 terrible volumes of Hell's Paradise, and this one just takes the cake. I'm really upset about it. Yeah, I see some of your figures, Liddy. They look very, very nice and very expensive. Hopefully the anime does the video game justice. You want to watch Tomo-chan as a girl? Did we go past that one? Oh, Ancient Magus Bride is coming out as well, season 2. I think season 1 came out, what, 2018, 19? I want to say. Something like that. Adaptation prequel for 2017. A long time ago. I know a few people are excited for that. Oshinoko. I think some people have picked up the first volume of the manga that just came out in English. It's been out for a while in Japan. And the mangaka recently just announced that they are retiring from manga as well. So, well, at least drawing. They may keep up doing some of the stories. I think they just do the story for this, but they did the story and the art for Love is War. Was it Kaguya-sama? Is that what it's called? You watched Cyberpunk over the holidays? What did you think of it? Studio Trigger did a great job, right? I think anything Trigger touches, it just needs to be action-packed. If it's action-packed and Trigger touching it, I think it's gonna have some good reception behind it. I thought it was pretty good, and it didn't drag on for too long. I never played Cyberpunk, but I watched a few people play it. But I heard it was not necessarily faithful to the story because they have nothing to do with each other, but to the world, it was quite interesting. Excited for Hell's Paradise? Yeah, I think a lot of people are. So if you haven't got Hell's Paradise volumes 1 to, I would say 6 or 7, I would say pick them up as soon as possible. I struggled to get them. So hopefully you can pick them up before they get sold out. You don't want another Spy Family or Demon Slayer or Jujutsu Kaisen. And Marsh as well. I think this is probably one that people will enjoy. And then maybe come season 2, if they do a season 2. Maybe not so much. The comedy aspect is really high, I think, for the first few volumes. And after rereading the last 5 volumes, I think. 6 volumes. Though it's very funny. A lot of the secondary characters don't really add much. It's kind of just Marsh being a one-man band, being followed by a lot of empty husks of people. Kind of sucks. Because I really wanted this one to last a long time. Let me move my music over here. Bum, bum, bum. Never enough time. You should watch Hell's Paradise. Make some time for it. I think if you've read the manga, you're probably going to... I think anything action-packed does well in terms of the anime because it's all flashy. And obviously another reason why anime does so well is because of the music. The music just enhances everything. What else is... Yes, out of everything, I don't know if I'd be watching anything but maybe Vinland Saga, to be honest. But I won't watch that till much, much later. I might watch the few episodes of Marsh just to see what it looks like. And then maybe Demon Slayer. And this a little bit. I'm not too sure. And still no Attack on Titan. Oh, Jujutsu Kaisen. Everyone's going to love this. And then season 3 will come out and no one's going to speak about it anymore. Never have time for anime. Who does anymore? Who does? You started watching you say you don't have time for anime, and then you watch Naruto, which is like 720 episodes, 220 just for the first part, and then the post time skip is 500. Stuck after 100 episodes. Type in Naruto filler guide on Google, and it will tell you how to watch Naruto with no filler whatsoever. It will get all that stuff out, and it reduces it from 720 to around 400 something episodes. And then you might be able to clear it by the end of the year if you do like 1 episode a day, maybe 2. A season 1 of Chainsaw Man finished? Yeah, who watched Chainsaw Man? Arc, I know you was waiting for it to finish. It's completely finished now, the first arc. I won't tell you where it finishes. I'm pretty sure you've watched it all already. But it was good. I enjoyed it. I think a lot of the reception was good. If you were avid manga reader, you hated the direction because they are kind of 2 different mediums, I think. One's still images, which can convey a lot more intense, impactful moments in like a still screenshot. And then in the animation form, so much more can be missed out. And I think it was kind of lost along the way. But it has its own charm, I think. And seeing the characters move and the visuals and audio are perfect. Yeah, binge it this weekend. You watch it. I don't think you'll regret anything. I think some people, there's like not necessarily death threats, but I've seen loads of people online retweet like Japanese accounts and a lot of like, American accounts saying that they don't like the anime. A lot of comparison shots or like a still shot. They're doing it a lot with My Hero as well. A lot of still images from the anime and then the manga comparison, which is so hyper detailed. And I think that you can't really do that with anime and manga. They're two different ways to experience the story. Okay, well, it looks like Attack on Titan isn't here. So I think for me, it is probably most likely maybe Demon Slayer. And then I might give Jujutsu Kaisen a read. But yeah, other than that, I think it's just Vinland Saga. And maybe just because it's here, I might put Tomo-chan as a girl. He was only bugged by the wrong subtitles for the future devil scene, but otherwise he loved it. Yeah, that's the thing. This crazy thing is that Crunchyroll was a pirating, anime pirating site. I've got episodes of Naruto on my hard drive that have Crunchyroll in the top left-hand corner. And now they're obviously all professional and, not necessarily conglomerate because they've kind of gone into the Sony sphere. They've been sucked up. So I think they've got to, change a lot of things. I do miss fan subs. There's so much love and effort put into them. And also, what's missing, the main thing, is the flashy openings. The openings don't have text anymore. They look so dull and boring. So watching One Piece, yeah, good luck. I will give you £1,000 if you can catch up to One Piece by the end of the year. 1,000, maybe for £100. That was a quick change. I just realized if I do a quick calculation, there is 1,000 episodes. You could do it 3 episodes a day. That's not too hard, actually. Mantis, hello! Happy New Year. How's it going? You missed the yellow subtitles? Yes, I do. I think everybody does. I remember watching Naruto and they had, I don't know what it was. I don't think it was Datu Bio dubs because they did, theirs was all yellow, I think, after like 2007. But prior to that, a lot of the Naruto episodes that I found online, each main character had their own color. So Naruto was yellow, Sasuke was like a dark blue, black, Sakura was pink. And I thought that was kind of interesting and cool. Especially like when the character was speaking off screen. Send over your bank details now. No, don't. And the thing is, there's no way of me being able to confirm it unless I spoke to you and asked you loads of questions, and then you would be able to answer me there and then. But good luck. I believe in you. Ready up to episode 40 in 2 days. When did you start? You must have started over Christmas, surely. Oh. Mantis, you finally found the second volume, second box set of One Piece. That's good. I'm glad. Hopefully you enjoy. That takes you up to volume like 40 something, which is probably, like, in my opinion, the best part of One Piece. Volume 40, there'll be so much more. So I feel like One Piece starts at volume 40 and like episode 200. No, 250. And it was so good. Number 3 and 8 was my favorite. Number 3 and number 8. I'm not sure. Started watching it last week. Well, it looks like you've got plenty of time to get to episode 1000. But it means you're going to be eating into your manga time. Unless you're doing both at the same time, in which case you're not really watching it, are you? Right, what did I want to do? Right, I want to, before I do anything, I did say I was going to do a story time, but I'm not going to because it's already half past. I didn't realize how late it was. Up to volume 46, yeah, you'll be up to like the best part of One Piece at that point. Right, let me do... Let's go for... where are you? Nintendo-esque. You're buying One Piece this year? Good luck. I hope you got the money for it. But I don't think you're missing out. The only thing is, it's so long, a lot of people get... What's the word I'm looking for? Burnt out on it. I recently just finished it myself, volume 100 2 days ago. 1 volume every single day. And I didn't get burnt out once, but then again, I do thoroughly enjoy One Piece. But I know a lot of people have burnt out like a couple of times trying to catch up. But I hope you can find all the volumes, or the box sets, or whatever. And if not, you can watch it free on the Shonen Jump app. Right. Does anybody have any New Year's resolutions? That's the word I'm looking for. I've seen a lot of people put on social media. I think, Liddy, I saw you got, what, 200 volumes you want to read by the end of the year? I've seen some people want to do 365. Some people want to hit the big 500. Some people want to, spend less and read more. There are so many different ways to consume manga and read it. But I think writing down goals is probably one of the best ways of keeping things under wrapped. So this year, I decided... Well, not necessarily decided. It's something I do every year. Write down my resolutions. And I'm just going to go over my manga resolutions for this year. But before I go over this year, I want to quickly just go over last year's, because you can't really go over new resolutions if you haven't sorted out your last year's. Read 90% of your collection. How much do you buy, Ark? And how much percentage are you on now? because that will determine whether or not you can hit 90%. You want to start a YouTube channel? Go for it, dude. It's not the easiest thing. Sometimes it's a confidence issue, but do it. Read some of your biggest series that only finished collecting in 2022, like Case Closed. Have you even started that? You've got like 82 volumes sitting there. Have you started reading it at all? Come on, Cake Tins. You're the one who you set the precedent. I feel like you need to be the one hitting the 70% plus read through rate, as well as continue spending loads of money and getting at least 100 volumes every single month. You want to read 50%? That's a good goal. Read all your shoujo series. I feel like you're close. Looking through your Instagram posts as of late and your collection, you've pretty much read nearly all of them, I would say. You've only read 60? Get up to 90. I believe in you. 90 is a push though. That means you can't buy any manga. It's so difficult. There you are. You've made some purchases already? That's crazy. Right. I am going to... What are you doing? Let's not listen to you. Let's go for... something a little bit more chilled. Okay, I need to get my text up and running. Let's do select Calibri. Test, test, test. Wow, why is that so big? Let's shrink you down, shall we? All right, is that readable? Can you read that? That is the big question. Case closed in at 84. Yeah, and how much of it have you read? That's what I want to know. Oh, you want to read like JoJo and Dragon Ball? Wait, you haven't read Dragon Ball at all? Like, not even a little bit? Like, maybe up to Z? Saiyan Saga? Maybe? Newsday, you ordered like 16 volumes from Blackwell's. You are unhinged. All of you. Every single one of you. Cake Tins, you're a bad influence. You may or may not have ordered 10 volumes of Inuyasha. One, that should have been Inuyashiki, sorry. Oh, that's okay. In saying that, I was going to say Inuyasha is quite hard to come by. But Inuyashiki is also just as hard, right? I don't see any volumes of that. I remember watching the anime and thinking, I need to get this manga, and I couldn't find any volumes. Thinking about posting manga on Instagram? Yeah. Do it. Not because it makes you money. Not because it, because it makes you feel good. But you get to talk to people who are like-minded. And then get to gush over your favorite series that everybody else is enjoying as well. Right, let me get outline. Let me do 20 for you. And I'll make you black. Yes. All right. Is this easy to read? I can't see. Ba, ba, ba. All right. That should... I might have to increase it a little bit. Because I feel like it's not going to... All right. Is that easy to read? That is the question. It looks fine to me. But does it look okay to you guys? Can you read this? You already have so many orders on with all the reprints. Man, we're never going to have all the manga, are we? You've had half of Dragon Ball in your teens, but only finished collecting in 2020. When you say half of Dragon Ball, do you mean like the first 16 volumes? Or do you mean the whole entire series, like the whole 42 volumes? Or do you mean like Super as well? Easy to read? Good. I'm glad. So I just want to go over my 2022 goals and to see if I've actually achieved them. Now, for my manga resolutions, I only had 3. Nothing too special. I had read 1 volume a day. And then I had start 1 new series each week. And then I had number 3. There is no consistency here. Number 3 was 80% of collection read. Now, out of these 3, I think the most difficult one probably would have been the 80%. Actually, they're all pretty hard. Reading 365 volumes in 1 year is pretty tough sometimes, especially if, you know, not all of them are as easy as something like, you know, Welcome Back Alice, which reads in like seconds. Shuzo Oshimi's works, you look at the page and you've already finished the whole volume. Then you got things like One Piece that start off quite easy, and then like towards the middle there's a lot of like world building, so much gets put into it. Then you have like novels like Death Note and Bakuman. What did I read recently? I read a BL for the first time, Candy Paradox, Candy Color Paradox, I think it is, not just Candy Paradox, and that was just as lengthy. I think out of all these, probably... No, they're all hard. I think they're all just as hard as each other. No, just the regular Dragon Ball got to volume 8. Dude, you suck. Well, get onto JoJo's, get onto Dragon Ball. You've ordered Slam Dunk, Hunter x Hunter, Ikigami, and Dead Man Wonderland. Yeah, Dead Man got a lot of reprints recently, which I feel sorry for a lot of people. I know a lot of people started picking them up, especially in America, because they got it like 2 months ago, the reprints. And I didn't really like the series. Maybe that's just me though. It started off hard, and then I think it dropped off the last 2. But when you get it, I hope you enjoy it. It's hard being a new collector. Yeah, it really is. It's easy if you're collecting the most recent series. So 2023 could be a good year to get into anything that's coming out now, or anything that's come out in the last like 12 months. But if you want anything old, good luck. Kind of sucks. Sucks to be us. You have a TBR jar to make collecting and read. I can understand a TBR jar for reading, but for collecting, do you just pick stuff out of the jar, then you buy whatever you pick out? Maybe I should try that. Hunter x Hunter knocked you out with some of the back-to-back pages upon pages of explanation. Does it get quite deep? I didn't like that about Jujutsu Kaisen, but then they was quite easy. Hunter x Hunter needs a box set. Pretty much every shoujo also needs a box set. I think everything needs a box set. Print it all in Italian. Nice, small, compact boxes. Everyone will love it. The community, no issues. Read what you pick out. I get that. But didn't Ark say Shiba Jar makes collecting and reading way more fun? Maybe he does it for both. Getting to reprints of Yu Yu Hakusho. I feel like, I don't know why they're suddenly going for a big binge of some of these like early 2000s series, when clearly, to be fair, I guess you can't pick favorites, can you? There's a lot of shonen and shoujo at the moment that could do with a reprint. Not to say the Hunter x Hunter isn't needed, but Yu Yu Hakusho, I don't understand why they're doing the reprints. I guess it's a good thing. I don't know. Maybe it's Twitter. Maybe just make more noise and you'll get it. I don't know. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go over these. So the read 1 volume a day was easy. That's 365 volumes. Easy. But the difficult part is that I was also purchasing a load of manga, which meant I was always out looking for deals, and I wasn't spending a lot of time actually reading. But in the end, I managed to read 498 volumes, which I have, right? Let me change this. Bang! What? Let me review here. Bloop. So this is what I've read all last year. I've got a breakdown for every volume. For every month, sorry, all the volumes that I read, and have little charts to say what volumes I read for each one. I didn't do it for the last two because I was so fixed on One Piece. That's all I was reading. Although I probably could do it for December. And then every week I wrote down what I was reading. I think my lowest was 4, and then my highest was 17, 18, no, 20. Wow, when was that? That must have been like March time? That was probably the week that I went to do all the Forbidden Planets, which was pretty... I think I read like nearly 20 volumes over like a weekend because I was just on the train the whole time. But in the end, I ended up reading 498 volumes, which I think is pretty impressive. Nothing to snuff at, if you ask me. Manga Cat, how's it going? How's your evening? You like when you hover over the cells and it shows you the manga? Yeah, I think it's cool. The best thing about these Excel spreadsheets is that you can literally tailor them to however you want. I wish there was something cooler to do with, instead of like a highlight box. I don't know what I would do though. I kind of want to visually, I don't know. I'll think of something. I think that's kind of just going to have to suck for now. It kind of sucks because the last volume I read for the year was volume 100 of One Piece. Like I said, I was doing all 100 volumes of One Piece from, I think, September the 22nd or the 21st, all the way up to the volume 100, which would have taken me up to December 31st, which it did. Although I did catch up quite early, so I kind of stopped reading for a while. But the last volume I read last year was One Piece. And then when I logged it in the morning or in the afternoon, and I saw that I was at 498, I thought, all I have to do is read 2 more volumes and I could be at 500. Because I don't think I'll ever hit 500 ever again. So that's kind of annoying. But in saying that, it is what it is. So first goal, can I highlight this? Or do I have to... Do they all turn green? They all turn green. Nope. Well, first one is done. How do I indicate that it's been done? Exclamation point. Perfect. And then the second goal I set myself was to read 1 new series every week. Now, I'm not going to go through the tedious job of going through every single one of these, but like I said, every month I logged which volumes I was reading, so I can calculate how many series I started. Now, a new series for me, all that meant was a new series that I hadn't started already. So I'd started Blue Exorcist when was it? 2021, and I read the 2 new volumes that came out last year. I think actually I lie. I think it was only 1 volume that came out last year. So that doesn't count as a new series because I'm already reading it. Now, it didn't have to be a new series, as in like it had to come out that year or the previous year. It could just be a series that I hadn't read in a long time. For example, Death Note, I've read several times, but for the purpose of the rereading, I counted it as a new series. And then things like Dire Dark, which I also picked up, Chainsaw Man I also picked up this year, they all counted towards it. Unfortunately, going through it all, so I needed 52. Obviously, there is 52 weeks in a year, so that meant 52 new series. I only ended up with 48, which again, towards the end when I was making this list, it was like just over Christmas, and I was thinking to myself, oh, I need to just start 4 more series and just read volume 1. And that's all I needed. But I couldn't do it. I was so close, yet so far. So maybe next year. So unfortunately, this one is a no-go. Wouldn't have been able to read 498. You could, if you stopped watching One Piece and stopped buying manga, then you could just focus on reading the manga. That's all you needed. Sarah, I believe in you too. You could do it. Cake Tins does it. Cake Tins does like, I think, Cake Tins, did you post it on Twitter? What you... Did you post it on Twitter? Your yearly read? I'm sure you did. I feel like you did. Or maybe I'm just lying. Yeah, I think I'm lying. Yeah, it's not here. You did! You did do it. Cake Tins read 500, and that was in November. Cake Tins, what was your end figure? What did you have at the end? I think anyone could read. Like 500 isn't that bad, I don't think. Alright, post up your figure when you get a chance. But it's definitely more than 502. Unless you read no more manga since like the end of November. And I think for me, the last and most difficult one probably actually is number 3. They're all pretty tough. If you can just focus on reading 1 volume a day, I guess it's not too bad. But doing that consecutively for the whole year, just to keep focus and make sure you keep reading a volume, don't miss out any days. Or even like bulk reading, like reading 2 or 3 volumes and then you can have like a weekend off sort of thing. But I think you can do that one. And then the Start New Series one is quite tough as well. But for the purpose of what I was doing for the goal to reread my whole collection, I thought I could do it pretty easily. Clearly not. 532? Dude, in November you only read 33 volumes. December, sorry. What happened? You was hitting like 50 every single month. Yeah, as we said, Christmas, you get busy. You don't think you could read 500 a year? Yeah, you could do it. I believe in all of you. But yeah, I think this is going to be the most difficult one. So for clarity, my count was, I think, I do have my stats here. So my volume count was 529. And I'd already read 147 volumes, which is around 28%. So I needed to make up another, what's that, 52%? Which I have noted here. So I had to read another 227 volumes to make 422, 424, which was 80%. Now that sounds easy on paper, considering that all I had to do is read another 27 volumes, and then I'd get up to 8%. But as you can see, my read through was 498, and that's because I ended up buying a shed load of manga. Actually, not a shed load. Probably like a small bookshelf. Small bookshelf. I ended up buying, I think, 240 volumes in total. What's it here? Where is it? So I bought 231 volumes. So instead of 227, I had to read 261 volumes. And then that way, I would have got up to 8%. Now, the numbers don't add up exactly because you're doing on a percentage. But ultimately, all you need to know is that I did hit my goal of reading 80%. Now, the big thanks to that was One Piece. 100 volumes was like 15%, nearly 20%. It was 20% at the beginning of the year, and then towards the end of the year when I started buying loads and loads of manga, it went down. It dwindled all the way to 15%. But by the end of summer, I had around 65% done, so I knew One Piece was in the clear. But it was still quite tough, because I think middle of December, I had to read like 30 volumes, so I ended up reading like 2 a day. And with the Christmas break, I just knew I wasn't going to be able to keep up with everything. So I ended up doing this one as well. So I think that's 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 is pretty good, I think, for my manga goals. Well, that's what I think anyway. 2 out of 3, I can't be upset with that. December was a terrible reading month. Yeah, because you were sitting there watching One Piece all day. Alexin, are you enjoying Kowloon? I've seen a few people mention it, and I'm not too sure. I keep hearing good and bad things about it. I really enjoyed... What did the mangaka do beforehand? I read it recently. Why can't I remember it off the top of my head? The lady, the young girl, she's on the track team, and then she has an accident, and then she has to work at... Well, she doesn't have to, but she ends up working at Garden, which is a restaurant, and she falls in love with a manager who's like 45. After the Rain. I really like the art style for that. And although it was like what would you call it? An age gap romance. I feel like it was kind of one-sided. So I feel like that doesn't count. Age gap has a negative connotation to it. And I feel like it's not accurate to say After the Rain. Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Circle. Thank you, Zoe. Is it out in the UK? I don't think it's out in the UK yet. I've seen volume 1 on the shelves, so maybe I'll pick it up. You're reading it right now? Like this very second? You can't do both. You can't watch One Piece, read manga, and be live in chat. You can't do that. Read Kowloon in 2023. Alright. I'll stick it on the list. You can't find anything that comes close to One Piece or Berserk? What, in terms of how, your enjoyment of it? I think if you enjoy One Piece, pretty much any shonen series is going to be just as enjoyable. Maybe not as good. Because I think one of the aspects of One Piece that people don't talk about is that it's not just an action shonen. It's also it's a world building manga. You can't go through 100 volumes, 1,000 chapters, and not have such a dense population of impactful characters. A lot, especially in the halfway point onwards where we are now, a lot of the characters that have been introduced are so intertwined with Luffy, and they just keep popping in and out, and they have their own crews and backstories and everything. And it's not just the characters, but the world that they live in as well. All the different races, the kingdoms, and the islands. So I think that's why I think sometimes it sets it apart from some of the other shonen series. So maybe based on that, maybe there isn't anything close to One Piece in terms of shonen series. I think maybe go for a Villain Saga if you enjoyed Berserk. Not quite the same, but they're both seinen series. They're both action. And Villain Saga is a little bit historic as well. You're listening, reading, drinking tea, and watching One Piece. You're doing God's work. I couldn't do what you do. Not even if I had 1,000 years. All right, like I said, you've sold it to me. I'm gonna stick it on the list, and I'll buy it maybe next month. Apparently, Dragon Ball Zoe can move her eyes independently and read 2 things at once. Wow, that's crazy. She's like Midoriya from Naruto, who can or a chameleon. We'll start calling you a chameleon. You're listening and editing videos. Do you have 2 monitors or do you just have 1? Because I think it's a bit weird and creepy. Me speaking and you listening to me whilst you're doing your thing and not visibly seeing me. Because I feel like, I don't know, just one person talking on stream, sometimes a bit, in my opinion, cringe. A little bit. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I just think I'm cringe. If I had someone else with me, I think it would be a lot more enjoyable. Reading Akira right now. Is it the hardbacks? Wait, did Akira come out in softback? Or did it only come out in the hardbacks? Couldn't get through Tower of God. I haven't read it. I watched the anime because everyone said that the manhwa was really good, and then I never got onto it. I just couldn't. I didn't really enjoy the story. I feel like it could have been good. It's kind of reminded me of Sword Art Online, not the isekai aspect, but the tower, climbing up the tower and stuff. I feel like that premise kind of disappeared on both stories pretty quickly. You've been reading Usotoki Rhetoric. Is that any good? Let me see what this is. Oh, this is the shoujo series. I saw Geeky, Emma, she mentioned about this. She'd read it recently in her recent manga haul. And I think Colleen does Manga Rex. She also recommended it as well. I think she posted a video about it. I didn't watch it because I don't like to get spoiled too much. And I wasn't too sure if it was spoil heavy. Manga Cat, is it any good? Because I might stick on the list. Especially as it only just came out recently in America. We might be able to pick it up in the UK soon. Akira is surprisingly fast to read. Considering it came out, what, in the 80s? I thought it would be quite dialogue heavy. I'm on the TV. Damn. Look, Mum. I'm on TV. Hi, kitty cats. How are your cats? I bet they're massive now. Also, Caitins, did you go to the Abroad in Japan meet and greet that you did? No, it wasn't a meet and greet. I feel like I saw a picture of you online with Natsuki. Or am I lying? Was it good? Was it fun? I need to team up with other manga tubers for this year. Dude, the whole point of me making the best of 2022 manga tube video was so I'd have everybody, it was a clout chasing. That's what it was. I would post it and then everybody would come to me and say, oh dude, that was sick. Let's do something together. And I'm not gonna lie, nearly everybody commented on that video. The only people that didn't, I think, were, actually I won't say because then I feel like I'm picking on people. But even the most famous Boogie Snacks commented. And he never comments on anything. He never replies to people. So I felt special. But I had a few people reach out and said they wanted to maybe do something. And I'm pretty down for it. I'm not very confident in it all. But maybe in the future. You really enjoyed Usotoki? All right, that's on the list as well. My list just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm at, what am I on? I'm at 19 plus 13, that's 21, 31. I'm at 35. 35 recommendations. I am never going to buy the manga that I want. It's just going to be recommendations from people. In saying that, I have Hunter x Hunter on here. I'm just going to let that one go. I don't think I'll ever collect it physically anyway. You picked it up in Waterstones. Oh, it's in Waterstones already. Yeah, don't buy anything from Waterstones. It's too expensive. Too expensive. Okay, so that was it for my last year's resolutions. But now we move on to 2023. And I feel like we need to change songs. Ba 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 blip 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 bum 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 bum. 2023. Now, I don't know what I want to do this year. I feel like writing goals down is probably the best way for me to keep faithful to them. I can keep referring back to them. I can, you know, tweak them as I want. I also had some like 2022 goals as well, like personal goals for like YouTube and stuff. I wrote down that I wanted to hit 1,000 subs, but then I immediately removed it. I've got it down in my diary. I immediately removed it because I feel like gaining subscribers doesn't really mean anything. And it doesn't, I guess just the number itself will just make me feel better, but I just don't think it was worth noting it down. But I wanted to also upload one video a day, a week. And I also wanted to stream once every day all last year, which I didn't do because I didn't start streaming until end of January. And although I uploaded 2 videos in a few weeks, I'm not too sure if I hit 52. But they were goals that I didn't really care too much about. And there were some other things as well, like health things, you know, exercising, that kind of rubbish. But the manga ones are the ones that I really want to keep on top of. So let me do those, and I can't have... Can this be white? This can't be white, can it? You're going to have to be darker. And let's change this. Oh, you can't do that. Dark blue? Purple? No, you can't do that. I think I'm just going to have you black. With no outline. Can I make you bold? Can I do bold? Is bold an option? Bold is not an option. Oh well. That's in 20% I haven't read in my collection. Yeah, 20% of the manga that I have has not been read. And then 80% of it has been read. But that is definitely going to go down this year. For sure. Read more isekai. I can't read more isekai if I don't have any isekai. I don't think I have a single isekai. I lie. I have one isekai, but it was before, like, I don't know. I think maybe the word isekai wasn't as popular when it first came out. But it's a fantasy series. He gets isekai'd. He gets really strong, and then he goes back. Unlike most other isekai that get isekai'd and they never come back, or the stories just go on forever. But I like to watch isekai rather than read it. You thought about starting YouTube? I didn't think you'd be very good at YouTube. I don't think anyone's good at that kind of this kind of thing. You kind of, if you look at most people's first videos, I'm going to call you out, Cake Tins. If you look at Cake Tins' first video, she's very shy and timid and talking really softly and blinks a lot. And now she's super confident in it. And I mean, unless you've got like a background of like, I don't know, you're some sort of news reporter, or you know, you're good at public speaking, that kind of thing. I feel like just recording yourself in a room on your own is a little bit weird, especially if you have people in the other room, like your parents or something, or your partner or kids. It's a little bit awkward sometimes. You slur your words, you mess up. No one's ever good at YouTube. I think you just create a community that kind of puts up with you. I don't feel like I have anything different to everybody else that posts videos, but you guys are here for some reason. I have no idea why. You know, I've got how many people? I don't even know how many people. I normally average around like 6 to 7 people. And what is this? I now have 18 people. What? That is crazy. How many people followed me? I've like doubled in viewership in terms of like streaming. Most likely because of my thingy video. I got 30 new people from that video. That's crazy. Because I jumped up, I think, maybe 60 subs. But most of them probably obviously come from here and then the others from wherever. But there's too many people here. Some of you need to leave. Because now I'm getting a little bit weirded out. Now I'm getting camera shy. Impossible challenge. Read. Nikozu, how's it going? How was your Christmas, dude? Read and watch more isekai this year. Is that your New Year's resolutions, yeah? More isekai. Why'd I keep getting called out? Because I feel like a lot of people that do their videos, when they start off doing like YouTube videos, they just do like no camera, they just do their hands, they show off their collection. But you in your first video went straight on to your face, which most people are very scared to do. And I think it's great because you're so much more confident now. Yes, one less watcher. All right, I can leave now. I can go to my thing. Bang. Well deserved? I don't know about deserved. Because I know for a fact the next video that I post will get 1 to 200 views and nothing would have changed. I feel like the subscribe number doesn't really mean much for someone like me that doesn't post regular content. Like a lot of people who have like the bigger numbers or like see continual growth, they have a consistency in what they're uploading. I just kind of upload whatever I feel like. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop. Oh, let me turn you up, that's why. You think about doing face cameras that you can't bother to wear makeup? Yeah, I know the feeling. I know that, and doing your hair, making sure your eyelashes look nice and your nails. Well, then saying that, I do paint my nails sometimes. Maybe I should do that more often. Maybe that will get me more subscribers if I paint my nails. Make myself look good. Doing your videos made helped you with your confidence. That's good. And hopefully you can use those skills, your confidence, sorry, to transfer them over into real life. So you can actually have real life conversations. Or if you see a fan, you won't be like deadpan and ignore them or just say like one word answers and then leave. You'll be a little bit more confident. Not to say that I know you or anything. Maybe you're already like that. But yeah, Sarah, give YouTube a try. Everyone has a phone, which means everyone has a camera, which means everybody has the ability to make YouTube videos. You've been in YouTube for 4 years now and hardly show your face. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. As long as you're having fun when you're making your content, that's all that matters, really. Where did your message go? What message? I've got no... There's no deleted message. What message did you put? YouTube has a bug. Yeah, I think Liddy said just before Christmas, there was an issue with the live stream. But all your messages have been coming up. You can see them like here, down here. Where's the... There. They're down there. It's a weird thing if you reply to someone and add an emoji, it doesn't send the message. That is weird. So no emojis. Unless that's something that I've done myself, which I don't think I have. Okay, so no more emojis. I guess. Alright, let me get back to this. Because I feel like it's nearly been an hour since I started doing this and I've got nowhere. So I have four? What do my notes say? 4. I have 4 goals for manga this year. The first is to reduce the amount of volumes that I'm reading. I'm going from 7 a week, which is 365, I'm going to just 5 volumes a week. And then 2, I want to make a library. 3, what do I have here? What's number 3? 3, I want to read more shoujo. And 4, no lower than 60% read through. Now these are the 4 main goals that I want to set out for myself. I want to read less because I want to start playing more video games. I want to, I don't know, dare I say, go outside more. Get some more sunlight in me. Coronavirus like destroyed the whole ecosystem in the UK. Everyone stayed inside. No one was communicating with each other. I just want to go outside more. Maybe spend more time with friends. And yeah, just play more video games. I haven't played a lot of video games. I haven't watched a lot of anime as of late. So I think reading less will help me do that. Like I said, 400, nearly 500 volumes last year. And I would say the last 4 months, I opted not to meet up with friends and opted to not play games and that kind of thing. And I just wanted to read. And it kind of took over my life, which I don't, to be fair, I don't mind. But this year I want a little bit of a change of pace. So I'm doing 5 volumes a week. So by the end of the year, that should be 260 volumes, which is a 44% reduction from last year. And I feel like I'm in 2000. Honestly, fair goals. Basically want to do the same. Yeah, I just want to, I know some people want to read more, but I read so much last year. I feel like I was just pushing everything else to one side. Achievement unlocked, touch grass. I haven't, it's been 2 days and I haven't touched grass at all, actually. I went out today to do some shopping, but it was all concrete. When was the last time I touched grass? I can't remember the last time I went outside into a garden or a forest. Everything's just me walking to my car and then to my family's house or shopping, food shopping, not even manga shopping, and then going to work, which doesn't count. And then central London is just a concrete jungle. I need to So a subset of this, I want to touch grass. See friends. So that's what I want to do. That kind of falls in line. So instead of reading a volume one day, I'm going to say I'm going to go and do something. Hopefully. Haven't touched grass in months. Yeah, someday, at some point, we are going to live in a cyberpunk world where everything's just going to be automated. Everything's going to be injected into us via USB Type-C. And the internet will be directly downloaded into our brains and there'll be no grass whatsoever. Just be concrete jungles everywhere. Goal for the year, touch grass. Yes, that's what I want to do. I can read outside. No, I can't. I could. But at the moment it's cold. It's cold right now. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go outside and read. It's cold. All right, make a library. This one is solely on me spending money, which I said to myself that I wasn't going to do that much. A library, apparently, by Google, consists of 1,000 volumes, which some of you, I know you have. I know Cake Tins, you have like 5 libraries. Zoe, you recently, like last couple of months, you just got a library, right? Has anyone else got their own library? It doesn't have to just be manga. Any form of books. 1,000 books is a library. Looking forward to my library if I make it. I don't know. I want to save. I don't know what I'm saving for, but I want to save. Would you like to download the feeling of grass? Yeah, and it just implements it into your feet and in between your fingers. Like little bits of wind comes out of your like palm and then just like blows wind in between your fingers and it feels like grass. 500 books is technically a library. I saw it on a post on, I think on Instagram or Twitter or TikTok or something. And then I Googled it and there's apparently, yeah, 1,000 books is a library. But I think if 500 is a library, I already have it. But I'm going to go for 1,000, which at the moment I have a clean. How many do I have actually? Where are you? I have a total of 760 volumes, which means I need 240 books. Now, I could cop out quite easily because I'm not going to lie, although I said I read 80% of my collection, there are around 30 books that I haven't included in my spreadsheet calculations, which would be a negative towards my percentage read. Now, I guess you could kind of say I cheated in a way, but they're volumes that I'm not going to read. There's things like, I've got like the first part of Naruto, which I'm not too sure if I want to keep. I haven't read it in so long, but I'm actually considering getting rid of it. I've got some odd volumes of My Hero, the first 5 volumes of Bleach that are not included, that I have no intention of reading. So I could just cheat and just kind of add those in. And I've got, I think, nearly 100, I'd say nearly 100 volumes that I could easily add from like my younger brother, which I know he's not reading them. And I've considered, he's asked me to like take them off of his hands. And I could just add them to my library as well, I guess. But I kind of want to do it. I want to have a library filled with books that I enjoyed reading. Ones that I can have friends come around, not that they come around often or at all, and say, oh, recommend me something. I could say, yeah, this one's good. And I want to be able to do that with almost every series. There's only like a handful of series that I've read so far that I think to myself, I wouldn't want to recommend and I don't really want to keep anymore. Oh, I could also unhaul as well to keep the number up, I guess. But then that wouldn't add towards my library figure, would it? You think it was a New Yorker article that said about 1,000 volumes? 240 is easy. Yeah, 240 is easy peasy. I could do it right now if I want to. But you know what? I wouldn't be able to eat or pay my mortgage for this month or next month or probably the month after. And then I'd have the bank knocking down saying, give me your house or give us the money. One of the two. You count 3 in ones as one? Yeah, same. I do the same. I've got a few like omnibuses. I've got all Vinland Saga and The Adventures of Dai. They're all 2 in ones. So I count them as 1. I could count them as 2, I guess. I think if you count an omnibus as multiple, then you're a psycho. But I think series like, I think Fruits Basket does it. Zoe, you could probably confirm. Fruits Basket, I think, has volume 1 and 2 on the omnibuses. Is that right? Or am I chatting rubbish? I know Darling and the Franks does. If you buy the omnibuses of Darling and the Frank, it will say Darling and the Frank volume 1 and 2. And some people consider that 2 volumes. When really, it's still 1 book, which is 1 volume. So, yeah. You just finished volume 3 of Akira right now? Dude. I appreciate you chilling here, but don't let this get in the way of you enjoying Akira. Because I feel like Akira is quite intense. Based on the movie, because I haven't read it. You're going to try start taking language lessons this year? What are you going to learn? Japanese? How is your Korean, can I ask? You haven't counted your collection? But how do you know how to flex on people? Cake Tins, I know, has it on her CV. So when she gets her new job, it's like the second line underneath her name. Cake Tins does manga. Owner of 5,500 volumes. Let's see, count omnibuses as 1 volume in the collection, but as 2 or 3 volumes read. I guess if you're talking to somebody, that would make sense. Because I think the French have Vinland Saga in singles. I think they got it in omnibus as well, but I know you can buy it in singles. And I guess for the purpose of having a conversation with someone, you could say, rather than volume 2 of Vinland Saga, which is technically 3 and 4, there would be a lot of confusion there when having that conversation on what parts you thought were interesting. It's true. See, I told you. Having more manga gets you jobs. You heard it here first. And that you'll only be referred to as the queen. You mean the queen of Isekai? Is that right? The D-Gen, one of the D-Gen 3. Oh, Fruit Bars are just 1, 2, and 3? Oh, maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. Trying to get the Korean working proficiency. Can't speak, read or write. Well, I believe you can do it. Can you get any, like, are you going for, are you self-taught? Are you going through school? What are you going to do? You do want to try learning Japanese one day? I think Japanese is a lot easier than I thought it would have been. I started learning maybe like 5-6 years ago. I went to a university to study. That was pretty fun. I met a lot of people there. It was the first time that I had made friends in my adult life, which was weird, but we were all learning Japanese. So like 80% of us were, actually I lie, I think maybe like 60% of us had watched or read anime or manga. So that was really helpful, having like that connection there. But the moment that everybody left and I was kind of there to fend for myself, I found it a lot hard to like self-study. I felt less motivated. Death Note 12 in 1 is just one volume. How depressing. Yeah, it really is now that you think about it. Yeah, you couldn't have a conversation with someone who owns the all-in-one collector's edition of Death Note. Yeah, that would be weird. Because they know the entire story just by reading one volume. The D-Gen 3 sounds like a evil generals of shonen. No, they're definitely evil overlords of the manga world. One is the Queen of Isekai. One is the Queen of Smut. And the other, she's just a really, really good burper. She loves to belch. Yeah, I think Cake Tins, if you give us next time you do a manga tour, you're going to have to do a whole house tour so we can see like the next rooms that are going to inevitably going to become, you know, manga rooms. Your third or fourth manga room. You don't get why they didn't all in one? No, neither do I. I have no idea. I saw it once. I was out a few months ago, and my friend who I was with, he pointed it out, and it's a lot smaller than I thought it was, but still so cumbersome. You can't even hold it. It's ridiculous. All right, let me go back to this real quick. So I said 240 volumes, which I think is doable. So what's that? 24 divided by 12, that's 20 volumes. 24 volumes a month. I don't think I can do that. I don't think I could do that. I'll have to wait and see. I probably, out of all of them, that is probably the one I'm not going to do. And then the third, I want to try and start to read more shoujo. I spent a month just reading romance series. A lot of them were shoujo. Some of them are like BL. Some of them were like just pure romance. And then one of them, QQ Sweeper, or Queen's Quality as it's known now, the second part, is more kind of like half action, half school life, half... You can't have another half. 1/3. It's not even romance. The romance has only started to kick in. To me, it's mostly action, in my opinion. It's close to Naruto and One Piece as anything else. And so I want to enjoy more. I want to enjoy more shoujo. Some of the series that I've seen are Haru Ride. I want Yona. Is it Yona of the Dawn? Yona of the Dawn? Yona of the Dawn? Is there another word that's after that? Yona of the Dawn. What else do I want? Snow White. With red hair, I think it is. I want to read Banana Fish. I really enjoyed the anime. I presume the anime follows the manga almost shot for shot. But considering the way that the anime ended, I can only imagine that it concludes everything. But there's probably some aspects that I missed. So I really want to read that. Also came out in the 80s, so I want to kind of also have some like really older series. And then there are a fair few series that are coming out in shoujo in 2023. Some volume 1s of things. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what they are. But I've stuck them on my list, and some of them are already on for pre-order. The only thing with shoujo is that a lot of the new shoujo that comes out is like 5 to 10 years old, and there's already like 15 volumes, and I'm gonna be like 60 by the time some of these series end. Saviour's Book Cafe, Sign of Affection. I've read A Sign of Affection, yeah, which is really enjoyable. Dude, Happy New Year. Darkness, how's it going? Wow. How was your Christmas and New Year, dude? I was supposed to meet up with the guys over the Christmas, but we ended up not. We were supposed to meet up and maybe play some card games, some Yu-Gi-Oh, some Flesh and Blood, but never happened. Reading manga is really a lifetime commitment. Who said this the other day? I saw Weeb Dad. He posted on Instagram saying that the good thing about being an older weeb is that I have the financial capability to buy any out of print manga whenever I want, because I have the capital for it. But the bad thing is that I have a mortgage and rent or finances on a car, and that kind of stops me from buying all the out of print manga. And which is true, because obviously you can't just fork out money and then not feed yourself and live on beans and toast all your life. But I think you should consider it more of an investment, because the manga that you're buying now, that is releasing now, will in 10, 20, maybe even 30 years time, won't be printed anymore. And so the new generation of kids, not the generation being born now, but the generation after, you know, when we're like 40, 50, 60 years old, and the new kids want to get into My Hero and One Piece, which have been out of print for 2 decades. You have to spend a lot of money to get those. And if you've got any shoujo, I don't see it being reprinted now, so I don't see it being reprinted in like 10, 15 years time. So I think of it more as an investment, long-term investment that you can read, less volatile, unlike crypto and the stock market and property prices. I really need to read The Moonlit Dusk. Is it shoujo? It is. And you know what? I'll stick it on the list. I'll actually have a separate... I'm going to make a separate... Shoujo recommends. Alright, I've got a separate shoujo recommendation. So what was the one that Cake Tin said earlier? Saviour's Book Club. ba, 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 ba. No idea where the last couple of weeks gone. Yeah, Christmas runs away with you. It really does. But as long as you got to spend time with family and friends, maybe, and enjoyed whatever anime you was watching. Dude, you're not watching the new Yu-Gi-Oh, are you? I started, but it was pretty tough. Yu-Gi-Oh 7s. You really enjoying the Undead Unluck manga? How did you find the first volume? I feel like it was a little bit too creepy for me. But if you push on, it gets really, really good. And there's an actual story that starts to form there. All the kids are going to fight for Dick Fart Island? Definitely not. Nobody is going to want that. What about Nana? Nana's just been reprinted, to be fair, hasn't it? I don't know why. I don't know what Viz's plan is. I don't have an insider. Maybe we should ask Boogie Snacks. Although he's probably only speaking to the media department. But we should get him to infiltrate them, because he's like working with them, and see if he can figure out why they aren't reprinting shoujo. And then the shoujo series they are reprinting, not to say that Nana isn't good. I would love to own Nana. But I feel like there's so many others that are just as popular. Maybe not as old. You find it weird that you have a complete set of Flowers of Evils? Oh, in singles. Yeah, that sucks. Not for you. I mean, that's great for you. I remember, I think it was just before COVID, 2019. That's when I started reading Flowers of Evil. I think it was actually 2017. And I started to pick up the singles. And then just before COVID, when I thought, I'll get them at some point, because there's an abundance of them. Literally, as soon as COVID hit, all gone. And now you can only just about get the omnibuses, which go in and out of stock all over the place. Sarah, it sounds like you got a good volume there of Nana. It's the perfect one. Don't buy any more. Maybe buy 2 more volumes of 7. Right. Langston, I've put that in my recommendation as well. I don't think I'll be able to buy all of these, but it's there. So at least I can review it. If not next month, maybe the month after. Yeah, Flower of Evil singles are rare. You don't find them often. I think the first 3 are regularly available online. You can find them like on eBay, getting sold for auction prices, like £7, £8. But volumes, the middle volumes, like 4, 5, 6, they're kind of hit and miss. They show up every so often. But the last 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait, is it just 11, right? 8, 9, 10, 11. They are super hard to find. And if they're online, then they're like 5 times their value. Not to say that you should sell them, but if you want the omnibus collections, get those, then maybe shipped off your singles. I'm sure someone will pay a pretty penny for them. I know I would. I've only got the first 3, although I've read the whole series. First volume was interesting to say the least, but you got up to volume 6. I started getting good around that point. To be fair, I started getting good around volume 3, I think. Undead Unluck. Like I said, the story starts to kind of form. I don't think Undead Unluck knows what it was at the beginning. It gets good. I just hope it will end soon. Although the anime is going to be airing this year, so I don't know. This year? I think maybe next year, actually. So I don't know. Maybe they'll try and continue it to help push sales. Got another cancellation on Yu Yu Hakusho. Damn you, Blackwells. Alright, and my last and final... I might have to shrink this a little bit more. Boop, boop, boop. My last and final resolution is to go no lower than 60% of my read through, which is, well, if I'm able to get to 1,000 chapters, 1,000 volumes, sorry, which is a library, all I need to do is get no lower than 600 plus volumes read, which is fine. Because even if I get the 240 and get up to 1,000, I'm already at 80 and I'm already at, what am I at? I'm at 608 volumes read so far. So even if I get all of my volumes that I want, I'm already over 600. So unless I go over the 1,000 mark, then that's when I have to worry. So I could actually go throughout the whole year without reading a single volume and just buying 240 volumes, and I'd still be over at 60%. It'd be perfect. Kadma, wave, how's it going? Your brother has a full set of Ultimo? What's Ultimo? This is why I love streaming. Because people come in and they recommend these weird series or niche series that I've never heard of. Oh, it came out in 2008. Was it concluded though? That is the question. It was 8 volumes. And... wait, this is chapter 0. Oh, that's chapter 0. That's why. That was 12 volumes. So that was 2008. This was 2009 to 2015. Was it complete in English as well? It was. Well, that is most definitely out of print. And you probably won't see this ever again. But yes, this is my 2023 Manga Resolutions. I don't think I can see myself adding much else onto here. There's a few other things that I want to do. Not just for manga. I also want to add, last year I had like, I wouldn't call them series, but I did like 3. I had a few videos that I did like the same thing. I did one where I took your manga recommendations and then I would immediately do a marbles race, and then whichever one I would buy and then I'd do a video on them, which was great because I got 2 videos out of that, out of one stream. And because I was streaming it, it was like no effort. So I did that 3 times. And then I also did 3 manga collection valuations. I did one for Boogie Snacks, I did one for HVL Manga, and then I did one for Zoe. And they were really fun. A lot of people enjoyed them. I got a lot of good reception, got a lot of subs from them, a lot of engagement. And people like Zoe, who I did a video on, is still here. And that's what you do. You make videos about people, you manipulate them, and then you tag them in loads of things, and then they get to know you, and then you make them stay, and then they can't leave. I think that's how YouTube works. But I want to do something like that again. I wouldn't call them like a series, but I want to do like a consecutive... I want to do some sort of video where I have like 2 or 3 of the same formulas and then go on and just keep doing that. And there's a couple I have in mind. And then the other thing I want to do is last year I did the Forbidden Planet video where I went to every single Forbidden Planet in the UK. I went to 8 different cities, because there was 2 in London, so that doesn't really count. And I spent way too much money. I spent like just over £1,000 and like half of it was on travel. 60% of it was on travel and sleeping. I needed a bed. But I want to do something like that doesn't cost as much. I want to maybe do... There's 2 I want to do. The first one I want to do is I want to do as many Waterstones shops as possible in London. There's like 80 of them in London, and most of them have a manga nook. So I'd like to go in there and buy 1 volume and then go to the next one, see how many I can do in a single day. And I think my local opens at 8 o'clock, I think. And then the last one closes at 9. So it'll be like 12 hours to see how many I can do. It would be cool if I could do 1 every hour, because I've obviously got to travel as well. So that should be fun. So I want to do that. And then I also want to do a Traveling Man video as well. I think there's 4 Traveling Men stores. I want to see if I can do all in one day. You want to do a Traveling Man video one day? Katings, let's do it together. See, I originally, instead of the Forbidden Planet one last year in March, I was going to do the Traveling Man one because there were less of them. But I wanted to do Forbidden Planet because I didn't know much about Traveling Man. I'd only been to the one in Newcastle like 2 years ago. And I knew that most of the Forbidden Planets had a very similar stock in terms of what they were holding. So I was hoping that I would be able to pick up everything that I needed. But I would love to do a Traveling Man one. But I would have to do the calculations on whether it's worth doing the train or car. And if I got car, it would, 1, be cheaper. But 2, I'd have to think about parking. And I don't know the areas well enough to park. It would cost a lot of money, Cake Tins, I think. Not a lot of money. But in terms of like the amount of manga that you would buy... Could you drive to all 3 of them? 4 of them? What is it? Manchester, Leeds, somewhere, and Newcastle. Newcastle would... My idea is that Newcastle would be the last one. And we'd go in like this kind of... Start off here in Manchester and go round and then all the way up to Newcastle. All in one day. It'll be fun, I think. Who knows? Can I set your resolutions for you? Dude, you've got yours. Don't buy manga, read more manga, and maybe watch some anime. That's what you want, Zoe. Forced friends of my... Yeah, I think everyone enjoys a good old forced friendship. I think that's why we're all here. I'm here on a parasocial... for a parasocial reading. Not because I want you guys to be my friend, but I want you guys to be here so I can talk to you about manga. I feel like I need you more than you need me. So the fact that you turn up here makes me happy. Because I'm having my wish fulfilled. The power of friendship. I think it's more of a power of guilt as well. Thinking about taking a trip down to London? Do it. Do it. There's a lot of comic book stores in London. Some cheap, some not so much. If I finish in Newcastle, I'll buy me a drink. Thanks. How about I buy you a drink and you buy me manga instead? Because the drink will be cheaper. You do the Traveling Man one. Let's all go to Traveling Man. All of us. The Waterstones one would be fun, but Waterstones don't do any deals. And because I would restrict myself to 1 single volume for each store, I would probably try and restrict it to like just buying Viz stuff. Or anything that was like, sometimes if it's damaged, they'll do it for like stupid cheap. I've seen like £5 volumes on like a $7.99 book or a $10.99 book because it's like slightly torn on the inside or the cover. But yeah, I think I would probably just do 1 volume at a time. But it's going to be an expensive one. Because even if I restrict myself just to say 1 volume, let's say maximize it to £10. If I visit 12 in 12 hours, or 13 hours should I say? Did I say 13? 8 till 9. No wait, that's 13 hours, isn't it? Let's say I do 13. I'll go 13 for 13, 1 every hour. And I spend £10. That's £130. Plus travel. To be fair, travel's only like £8. But then I've got to feed myself. If I'm out for 12 hours, I need to feed myself like multiple times. But yeah, I have to crunch some numbers in terms of like how much I'm going to spend and also my travel as well. I think the Forbidden Planet video that I did, the easiest part was actually doing the traveling. It was slightly stressful. The hardest part was the timing. I spent maybe like 6-7 hours just planning out my routes and the trains, and I don't want to do that again. It was crazy. And so I want something a little bit easier and something I can maybe just do in a day. So it's one of those two, Traveling Man and or Waterstones. I'll probably do Waterstones definitely, and if I can, I'll also do the Traveling Man one. Unless Cake Dins does it first, in which case she stole my idea, I did it first, and she's a thief. Ever thought about making a Discord? No. Because I finished this now. I am a full-time salaryman. I work 9 till 5, Monday to Friday, and work is very stressful. It's really taxing. I spend a lot of my downtime reading. Obviously, last year I did. And I feel like I never had time to socialize with my own friends, let alone you guys. I would love to make one, but I feel like there's so many out there that people make and then just expect the community to stay active itself without the host being there. And I feel like that's not a way to make a Discord. This is me personally. That's not like a dig at anyone who has their own Discord. But I feel like I wouldn't be able to... I feel like the same people that are in, let's say, the Dudettes or HVLs or Boogie Snacks, whoever's in those Discords will just come to mine. And then I feel like there's no reason to come to mine. I feel like there's no reason. I don't offer anything new. That's probably the only reason why I haven't bothered with a Discord. And then I wouldn't be able to manage it at all. I'd be terrible. I am always free on like Instagram or Twitter if you want to like DM me on something, if you want to ask me anything. The only thing recently, Sarah mentioned that when I was doing the evaluations for some of the manga tubers, I did like 3. She mentioned about doing fan reactions. Now I know Boogie does that on his streams whenever he streams on Twitch, but I don't think I could do it any other way outside of making a Discord. So maybe I will make a Discord. I feel like I've just gone full circle, gone from no all the way back around to yes, and then now I'm thinking that seems like a lot of effort and I shouldn't do it. Can you join the Newcastle get together? If I, for whatever reason, decide to leave my house because I want to touch grass, not in London, and I go anywhere else, I'll be sure to mention it. And if anyone is within the local area, whether I go to Birmingham, Bristol, Leeds, Newcastle, Liverpool, I will let you know. And then maybe, if you feel comfortable, we can meet up. I am very awkward. I sometimes say inappropriate things. So I'm not too sure if anyone would enjoy my company IRL. But I would be up for meeting up with whoever wants to meet up. And if I go Newcastle and I'm not seeing my brother for like just the day, then I'll let you know. But it sounds fun. I need more friends. You drive to Manchester and Leeds, but train to York, then Newcastle. Is that the way forward? Would that be the quickest way? Would you drive to York and then go to Newcastle? Or would you go from Leeds to York, then to Newcastle by train? I'll join you to do the Waterstones tour. I would say yes. I had a couple of friends mention about the Forbidden Planet tour and why it would have been cool if we could all go together. And the only thing about the Forbidden Planet one, which I feel like will be the same for the Waterstones one, is that I'll be under such a time restraint because I want to see how many I can do in a single day that I don't want to talk to anyone or spend unnecessary time. And I feel like if I'm going to meet someone, I don't want to drag them around and tell them what to do. Not to say that I don't want to meet up, but I feel like that would be the wrong environment to spend time with each other. But I might do some like scouting beforehand. I might look at a couple to see if, because I want to make sure that they have manga, because there's no website that you can go on to see if specific Waterstones stock manga. Because I feel like some of the small ones, there's a lot that are inside like cafes and stuff. I don't know if they all have any manga. There's one at Liverpool Street in central London, and it's such a small, tiny, it has no more than like 1,000 books in there. It's so tiny, but there was no manga at all. Or maybe I shouldn't do any scouting, and it would be funny if I go to a store and they don't have any manga. That would be fun. But yes, next time I go London, I will let you know. More inappropriate things. No inappropriate things. Awkwardness doesn't bother me. I'm the same because I'm autistic. I feel like sometimes when I'm spending time with people, I can't gauge whether or not they are having a good time. So I fill the void and silence with unnecessary talk. And I do this with my friends, and I do this with work colleagues, and I feel like I just make the situation worse. And then because I don't know how to shut up, I end up going on stupid random tangents. And because no one's actually getting involved in the conversation that I'm having with them by myself, it just divulges into me chatting rubbish. And then on the other side of the spectrum, sometimes I'm just in total silence and I don't say anything. Finding the manga section is time consuming. Yeah, that would be fun though, surely. I think I hear my cat. 2 secs. It's nearly 10 o'clock and he's just woken up. You also talk to fill the silence even though there's nothing to say? Yeah, I don't know what it is. There's one near just Trafalgar Square. It's like one big bookcase. Yeah, I don't know if I should bother scouting out to see if they actually have manga in the Forbidden in the Waterstones, formerly Ottakers. Does anyone remember it being called Ottakers? I think they changed the name back in 2006, I think. Do you know I had a cat? I has cat. Cat tree. His name is Noctis. He is currently just chilling. Now he wants out. But he's locked here forever. You could barely talk on here. I think it's easier to talk behind a keyboard. Dude, you just come in. Now you want to leave? I think you come here just to say hi. Chris, my dude, how are you feeling? I know you're also one that's not been feeling great, a little bit under the weather. How was your New Year, dude? Waterstones owns Barnes & Nobles and Blackwell's? Yet Waterstones can't stock manga. I don't understand. I don't believe you. Circle, you telling the truth? I feel like Barnes & Noble have all the good stuff. If they own them, surely we should get the good stuff too. Surely. I can understand the distributors and obviously are American, so they'll get the mangas first. But if they're the same company or owned by the same company, surely they can get the same stock. No? Yeah, the Hiding Shield plush is nice. It's pretty cool. Which is one of the reasons why I want to read slightly less manga this year. Because I want to play more games. Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out this year. Final Fantasy 16. I just got... What did I get? Pokemon Scarlet or Violet, one of the two. I want to play that. My little brother got it, and he's now sending me pictures of all these shinies. So I feel like I need to start playing it. God of War got its sequel last year, and although it didn't win Game of the Year again, it won Game of the Year 2018. So I want to play that, and then maybe play the second one. And I feel like I don't think I'll get a chance to play them if I just spend all my time reading. Clear of COVID? That's good to hear. Still hanging up on the lungs though. Well, you know, they say once you get COVID, it stays with you. They never do any good offers? No, never. Oh, in saying that, I have a Waterstones card which has points in it. So maybe I'll use the card, and then on the last store, I'll use up all my points and maybe get a free book. How many manga volumes do you need to buy to get one free manga book? Harry Potter Legacy? Yes, but also no. I do want to get it. I was excited for it for a long time. I know a lot of people on Twitter obviously are against buying Harry Potter Legacy, but it looks interesting. It looks good. I'd love to get it. You're taking the day off for Breath of the Wild 2. I hope it is similar to Mario Galaxy 2 in the sense that it is exactly the same as the original, but more. Just more of the same, please. Thank you. That's what I would like. I would like that now. More of the same. Same thing. Fish and chips on a Friday. Second plate, please. Exactly the same how I just had it. Every Friday. Thank you. It should be good. I remember I bought the Switch back in 2017 and I played 1 hour of Breath of the Wild and then I never picked it up again. And then in COVID, obviously, everyone had a lot of downtime, so I picked up Breath of the Wild and I stuck 90 hours into it in 2 weeks. So I feel that I would like to experience that again, but more of the same. Elden Ring was good though. I think Elden Ring was an enjoyable watch for me. I don't think I'm the type of person that enjoys like super bosses. A lot of the bosses that were showing up, you had to like learn their attack patterns and everything. I know the open world aspect was quite enjoyable for some people. I don't think I would enjoy a game like that, me personally. That's not to say that I think it's a terrible game, because I think it's a great game. It looks great, plays great, and all the people that I watch play it and watch all the people speedrun it, it was just as enjoyable. I don't think I would play that myself, personally. Waterstones used to do 3 for 2? I don't believe you. When? How many years ago? Every £10 you get a stamp. 10 stamps you get a £10 voucher. That means I have to spend at least 10. Is that £10 at a time? So if I buy a $9.99 volume in one store, go to another store and spend $9.99, does that mean I get one £10 stamp, or do I have to do £10 total in one store? Because if that's the case, the challenge that I have planned is going to be very, very expensive. Or I just don't use my club card. Club card? The loyalty card, I guess you call it. Where is... There we go. Isn't the Traveling Man loyalty card only valid in Leeds? Wait, there's a Traveling Man loyalty card? If that's true, surely Traveling Man has a loyalty card too. Kectins, you've probably got enough loyalty points that you could probably buy your own Traveling Man. Or at least name your house Traveling Man. And then people can go there and not purchase manga, but read it. Like a library. It could be the first Traveling Man library. And you can make people pay. Ah, man. Has to be over £10. I don't think I'm going to do the loyalty card thing then. I think I'll just stick with the single buy one volume. I want to keep it as cheap as possible. I would like to use the loyalty card, but I guess I'm just going to be buying loads of $7.99 Viz books. And that's it. Whoa, why are you so loud? Bim 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 bim. Breath of the Wild came out just as you was coming up to your dissertation. Did you fail? I know I would have. $15 years ago? 15 years ago! Was it called Ottakers then? Wait, how long ago was 15 years ago? 2008? 2007? You got £30 off from the trip from all of the manga that you guys bought. That doesn't seem like a lot. Maybe it is. Considering you probably bought what? Close to 200 volumes? Or just over 100 volumes? Ba 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 ba. Are we getting a Manga Haul anytime soon? Oh yeah! Manga Haul time. What is the time? It's 10 o'clock. I have work in the morning. And most of the people here are from the UK. They're going to be going soon. Should I do it now or later? You guys, I feel like, you know what? How many? Okay, there's still 17 people here, which isn't a bad thing. Oh, but I feel like the more people there are, the more people I just want to talk to. Because you guys are the only reason why I do this. But because of that, the stream goes on for so long. It feels like I've been talking to you guys for maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes at that. I said I wanted to go through my 2022 YouTube recap. It would recap all of the creators that I've watched, all the hours that I've watched. There's a website that does it. I wanted to do that. I also went to do the Manga Haul. I did my resolutions, which is great, but it's so late. I just keep talking to you guys the whole time. Maybe I should put a cap. Maybe I should put slow mode on so you can't talk as much. And then because you can't talk as much, more people will leave. And then I can do the things that I said I was going to do. You bought a pen in Waterstones the other day just so you can get £31 back from the extra stamp. Dude, that's crazy. How much was the pen? Like £3-4. Been on holiday since the 6th. How did you get such... Do you take any more time off at all during the year? Or do you always... Because I'm sure you took a lot of time off the previous Christmas. That's crazy. My work would never let me take like nearly a whole month off. You got your week off, Ark? That's good. You got any plans other than reading manga? Hopefully. How did I forget? Because of you guys. Like I said, I don't talk about manga with anyone. So when you guys come along and you're all talking about manga and you know what I bought, what I got, what I plan to do, it gets me excited, it gets me happy. We should spend just 10 per manga because Canada's crazy prices. Yeah, and not to say that, you know, we know, but the American and US prices are printed on the side. I have no idea how you can feed yourself with some of these manga prices. When I see any Canadian posting up their manga haul, I'm like, this is a 9.99 volume of Hell's Paradise, and sometimes you can get it 3 for 2. So you can spend £20 and get 3. And I look at the back and it's $12.99 USD and then $17.99 Canadian dollars. That's crazy. How much is a banana in Canada? Just one singular banana. Do the haul, please. Do I though? Been off since the 6th. It's just crazy. I wish I was off on the 6th. I watched Lord of the Rings over the holiday, and me and my brother, we do a Lord of the Rings binge. We watch the extended edition every year. This year we wanted to do commentary, but my Blu-rays didn't have it, so I had to buy another Blu-ray set. So next year I can do the commentary. So this year I did the extended edition. Last year we did extended. The year before that we did what did we do? We did a drinking competition. The Lord of the Rings drinking game. That was funny. But I feel days go over Christmas go by so fast. But if I was off from the 6th, I'd probably do a Lord of the Rings marathon every single weekend and then just recover for the rest of the week in bed reading manga. Banana for scale. Like a small banana. What did I buy? I bought 5 bananas today for £1.20. I think that was an alright price. It's pretty cheap. Carrots as well. Carrots are super cheap. But when I look at Canadian prices for some things, I'm just like, how do you afford to eat? Or how much money do you earn? Crazy. Also, I did want to show you. I don't know if it will. How do I stream? How do I breathe? What? Does this work? This is my copy of Hell's Paradise. Can you see that? This is a big gaping hole, not a hole, like a cut. Can you see the cut? Yeah. Look at that. This is where it's obviously been in a box and someone's got just a box cutter and gone. This is my second Hell's Paradise volume. That's gone terribly bad. Volume 4 was all, I think it was wet or crumpled. Which sucks. I don't think this is going to be my series that I would ever sell off. In the future, I'll be able to sell some of these as pristine condition. I don't think this is going to be it. Yeah, it's not great. But it goes all the way down. It was really noticed. And I only noticed it towards the end when I started. Oh, you can actually see it quite bad here. Where is it? It does go all the way down as well. It goes to like, actually goes here. Nearly halfway. It's a sign. It's a sign not to buy Hell's Paradise. No more Hell's Paradise for me. perfect condition. I wish. Let's... What should we play? I want to play a song. I'm going to play... Let's play... No, that's too happy. Blip, 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 blip. Where are you? This is also too happy. Can't have happy music on. Not happy, but it's too bubbly. It's late in the evening for me. I like to listen to chilled like anime music. Annoyingly, a lot of the stuff that I listen to is copyright taken. So most of the stuff I listen to on stream is either just old anime music like Dragon Ball, One Piece, and then Final Fantasy and Zelda and Mario. No more Final Fantasy 8. It's time for more Wii shopping. Beep, 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 beep. I just realised I forgot to get my mat out. I bought this mat and I said I was going to use it and I never do. Dip, 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 dip. Seems a waste. Right. These have come in over the last, I think, since December. I'm not really paying attention, to be honest. They've kind of just been coming and I've been throwing them to one side. I said, oh, I'll open them at some point. And I think because we was doing all of the charity, not the charity, we was doing the manga quizzes. I was more interested in doing the manga quizzes than actually opening anything on stream. Is this? There we go. All right, I'm going to quickly open these and then that's it. Is this too bright? Too low? Ah, that's good enough. Bubble, bubble, double dragon of zero. That's a banging chainsaw man, Matt. Thanks. It's pretty good. It's nice and extra long. It goes across like almost the whole desk, which is perfect. It's nice and smooth for my mouse. No, not the Wii music. Well, it's either this or 85 minutes of iconic Animal Crossing music. Do, 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 do. Right, so let me just make sure that this is... I feel like this is too bright. No, this is okay. Zeus, my dude. Oh, by the way, I know I keep procrastinating. I keep pausing all the time. I do have... Zeus, how was your New Year? How was your Christmas? And also, how was... When are you going back to school? I say school. When are you going back to... Where is it? When are you going back to studying? Right, Zeus, this is specifically for you, only because I know you don't get a chance to come in that often, but this isn't a plug. I don't expect people to come, but I upload all of my VODs onto a separate channel. Feel free to sub if you ever want to watch the extended editions of any videos that I do on stream, which is obviously here, because I private all of my live streams, because most of the time I play some sort of copyright music. So I kind of just like remove the music and I upload them raw. I've also got like clips from my Twitch streams. I'm not actively looking to promote this, but I know a couple of people have actually messaged me, and I know Zeus has mentioned that if he could watch like the videos after they've been released. I always private them because I don't like to be copywritten. So feel free to, if you do want to watch any of the VODs, you can. They are on this channel. I upload them like once a week whenever I can. I think I'm only missing last stream and then obviously this one when it finishes. So if you want to, you can sub there. You don't have to. You don't really miss much, to be honest. I don't know why you guys come here. I'm going to say that one too many times, and before you know it, no one will turn up. And then I'll have no one to talk to. You know what? You guys just... How about this? There we go. Zelda and chill. Fairy fountain. How about that? You came for the unboxing. All right, sorry, Zoe. You've said it like several times. I'm very sorry. Unboxing time. First. So what do I have here? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 packages. And the first is... Go Go Loser Rangers. I first found this out through Rogers Base's Manga of the Year Awards. I had no idea what it was. It's also done by the same creator who did Quintessential Quintuplets. What sold it to me is that the next day when I went live, a couple of you mentioned that you'd already read it. And it kind of takes the mick out of like the Power Rangers system. I grew up growing up with Power Rangers, so I'm looking forward to reading this. So I think I bought the first 2 volumes. Oh no, it's Kodansha. That means the quality is going to be terrible. When volume 2 comes, we have to compare the 2. So that is the first volume. Yeah, Zoe said she's coming for the manga. She's been here the whole time, not paying attention. She's been reading and watching One Piece and drinking tea. So hopefully this is good. Has anyone else read this? Is this? How big is this? This is like a standard Viz size. I guess Welcome Back Alice is the same. I guess a lot of my Kodansha volumes, they aren't standard size. Most of them are the larger size. You enjoyed chat too? I guess so. I'll let you off. I'll stop bullying. Next! What is this? Welcome to the ballroom. Now, if you remember, last month and the month before, pretty much the whole of November and December, I did manga quizzes and I was giving away money. And I gave a $10 voucher to Born because he wanted enough so he could read Welcome to the Ballroom online. Now, he reads through Bookwalker, so I had to... Bookwalker is weird. You have to buy the specific book and then give that code for that book to the person. You can't give the person a Bookwalker code for some reason, which is weird. I also had to make a Bookwalker account and add my bank details and stuff. It was really weird. Anyways, he said I was giving around $20 to £20 worth of vouchers to everybody who won. And Bourne said, rather than giving me a second volume of something, how about he gives it back to me and then I buy the volume and then we read it together. And then he did the unthinkable. He bought the rest of the series and binged the whole thing without me. So now I have no incentive to read Welcome to the Ballroom. Thanks, Bourne. Manga Cat, you heading off? You've probably gone by now, but take care. Enjoy your evening and or morning and or night. You've got a whole omnibus whilst listening. Clearly, I talk too much and don't do anything else on stream. So yeah, I will get round to reading this at some point if I can be bothered. Now that Bourne's already read it. Geeky! Sorry you're late. Had work. You are never late. You arrive precisely when you mean to. It's fine. You don't have to be apologetic. Work comes first. Coming here comes like 7th or 8th after like feeding yourself, getting home, talking to friends, catching up with the dudettes. Oh yes, and Happy New Year. Did you read any manga? Or would you like everybody else and read none and receive loads over Christmas? Maybe I could do one volume review. Maybe. Alright, this one has 2 in it. Speak of the Devil. We were just talking about Hell's Paradise and how 2 of my volumes are terrible in terms of quality control. This one looks okay. A little bit of a dent on the back. Pages look fine. What is this? No, it looks okay. So I've got volume 7 and volume 8. This one also looks fine. I'll have to wait until I read them. So I've read up to volume 6. I've read that over Christmas. I'm looking forward to 7 and 8. These are English, by the way, aren't they? Yes. And this one as well? Yes, also English. Yeah, because I ended up buying these on a different Amazon site, not an English Amazon site. Long story, but yeah, I'm glad they came in English. I was expecting them to come in Spanish, but they didn't. But yeah, the anime for this comes out later this year. I think we looked at it earlier. I think it's springtime. Springtime it comes out. It's a good action series. I was told that it's like a battle royale series. It starts off like that. That's the premise, but it's definitely not a battle royale series. Not from the 6 volumes that I've read. Not at all. It's definitely power scaling and stuff. Not power scaling. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of killing. It's probably more on the lines of, I would say maybe Chainsaw Man, just without demons. Well, the people that fight aren't demons. They're all bandits, all criminals. But yeah, it definitely doesn't feel like a battle royale series at all. Maybe towards the end it might. I don't know. Hell's Paradise Curse is broken. Hopefully. Hopefully. There's only volume 8. So I've got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 5 more to go. Who knows? There could still be 1 or 2 more. Really interested in picking it up. I think it's worth it. If you've read and enjoy action series, then like a fighting action series, you're going to enjoy this. It's got samurais in there. It's set in like old Japan. It's obviously completely fiction. There's no like superpowers per se, so there's no like, you know how like a demon slayer, they like breathe in sand and lightning and water, and then they unleash their attack. Yeah, there's nothing really like that here. I mean, there's moves that they say, but they're more like fighting styles than anything. There's like a strength system kind of thing. I don't really want to spoil anything, but people get a lot stronger than what is humanly possible. But there's no like flashy special moves. And the main guy is like a ninja, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's quite bloody, quite gory. There's also a fair bit of nudity that I wasn't expecting. Definitely not a Battle Royale series like most people say it is, though. Hell's Paradise has a good length. Yeah, 13 volumes I think is really good. It's been really refreshing to read a series that starts off really fast and then ends, not necessarily abruptly, but within like 10 to 15 volumes. I think is a good stretch, and it doesn't overstay its welcome. I've mentioned before, and other people have as well, that Jujutsu Kaisen kind of continues on a little bit past its sell-by date, and it's starting to make me feel a little bit sick, to be honest. Might be the time to watch the anime. Yeah, I think the anime it's also done by Mappa, right? I think the anime is done by Mappa, who also done Chainsaw Man and then the later series of Attack on Titan. Hell's Paradise anime. Bam, bam, ba, ba, dam. It is Mappa, isn't it? Yes, it's Mappa. Yeah, so the anime is going to be good, and because it's an action series, you know it's just going to look fluid. I'm quite concerned on how they're going to not get around, but how they're going to portray the nudity in this. To be fair, it's a lot of upper body nudity and then a lot of undefined silhouettes of characters. So you don't really see a lot. You just know that person's naked. So I'll be interested to see how they go about that. Sometimes they just completely write that off and they don't bother showing it at all. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they go about that. Then bloop, bloop. You're off to sleep. Ark, take it easy. Sleep fast, and I'll see you next week. Mappa doing literally everything. Yeah, and not Attack on Titan anytime soon. It's annoying. You just picked up Hell's Paradise from Christmas Gifts. Good. I hope you enjoy it. Leon, dude, how's it going? How was your Christmas? How was your New Year's? Day's going good. I'm just doing some quick manga unboxing. And this is volume 18 of One Punch Man. I've already read this. I needed it for my collection. Months ago, I think around February time. Maybe even, yeah, around February time. Someone came in chat and they said that they gave me this website that I could look for the IBN number at the back, and it just scours the internet for any particular volume. And this one was really hard to find. And I found one website that was selling it for £4, and I picked it up and I completely forgot about it, and it never arrived. And I've got no receipt, no nothing. So maybe I didn't pay for it. And I can't even find it on my bank statement to say that I paid for it. But since then, I've been looking for a long time for volume 18. I did read it through the Shonen Jump app when reading One Punch Man. So this one, unfortunately, I don't get to read it. I might just skim through it again, because sometimes they do like character inserts in between chapters and whatnot. But yeah, if you know of One Punch Man or read it, you know what it's about. It's pretty good. I just hope that the anime that comes out later this year is a little bit more well received than season 2. What? And I think I bought something else that I've already read. Yeah! Sign of Affection, Volume 4. Annoyingly, Volume 3 is nowhere to be seen. I said earlier on in December that I was going to pick up some more shoujo, and I looked for Sign of Affection Volume 3, and it was available. But I decided, you know what, I'll wait, I'll pick it up in a couple of days. And then a couple of days passed, and it was sold out, so now I'm just stuck with volumes. Sorry, I lied. It's not volume 3. I've just looked and I have volume 3. It's volume 2. So now I'm stuck with volume 1, 3, and 4. And volume 5 should be on the way soon as well, hopefully. But I'm looking forward to reading more of this. I haven't read past volume 3. It's a nice, cute shoujo series about a deaf girl. And she kind of finds this charming dude who's like really into learning languages and traveling. And yeah, he's super sweet. She's super kind. And I just want to see more wholesome relationships with them. I think they do a good job, kind of similar to Sweat and Soap. They kind of express their emotions a little bit more. If they feel like a little bit uneasy, they talk to each other, as opposed to what you would typically get in a shonen romance series. They kind of bottle it up, and then, you know, chapters down the line, they bring it up and it ends up into an argument. That's your current read, currently on volume 19. Sick. You'll catch up soon, and it gets really good. I heard after, I think, volume 26, which I don't think we have yet, wraps up, or 27 will wrap up the current arc, but it escalates so quickly, and the art is just second to none. I think it's just a shame it's one of those series that you read and you read it in like 10 minutes. Christmas, right? You had flu? Dude, you're like the third person who's come in today said they had flu. Chris said he had COVID. Liddy said she had COVID, or she still has COVID. She's had it for like 15 days now. She lost her voice and everything. It's way better than Sweat and Soap. I guess if you want like a nice wholesome relationship, this one will probably be better. I mean, I've not read all of Sweat and Soap. I think I've only read like the first 4 or 5 volumes now. But their age is obviously completely different. I think these guys are in college, is that right? Or like university? But yeah, it's nice. It's got a lot of interesting interesting directions in terms of how they communicate. Like if she can't hear people, sometimes the words are muffled, or they're like put back to front or upside down. And also whenever somebody's talking and she can hear it, the text is like a light grey as opposed to solid black. So if the text is ever black, you know that she doesn't hear that part of the conversation, which I think is such a subtle way of conveying to the reader how she hears things and how the story is and who's kind of involved in conversation. I just think it's like a lot of attention to detail there. Makes it more of an interesting read. Why is everybody sick? You guys need to take care of yourself. Get some Lemsip and honey. I think that's good. Sugar, lemon, lime. Is that all good? Lemonade? Lucasade? Is that the one? Is that what people take? Stay inside. I say that, but I feel like the reason why we're getting so sick is because everybody's been staying inside, which is another reason why I want to get out. You struggled with the last few volumes. Did you finish it completely then? Because I really enjoyed Sweat and Soap. Definitely for not the reasons I thought I was going to be honest. But I guess it probably fell off at the best time for it to finish as well. Murata's art is next level. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm glad he took the stance in saying that he wanted to do the manga, because he was a fan of the webtoons, the web series, before he started doing One Punch Man. So he approached One and said, can I redraw it? And I think it's great. And I'm glad that the anime has picked up his art style. But yeah, his full pages, his full spreads are, you can't beat him, I don't think. You love how communication is shown in Sign Affection? Yeah, I think it's really good. I read last year, I think, or the year before, I read A Silent Voice, which is less about the romance side. It's more about bullying, if anything. But I think I've seen a few people compare them. Like when they say, oh, silent affection is kind of like a silent voice. It's not. This is more about the two partners learning about each other, whilst a silent voice is more about his regret, the main character's regret. I can't remember his name. Shoto, is that his name? And how he treated the deaf girl. But yeah, I think it's great how they do communication. I've not seen many manga that add that layer of, like, not complexity, but just something more than just the visual aspect. Yeah, go outside, touch grass. All right, yeah, it's on my to-do list at some point, maybe. And then I have, what is this? Oh no. This is Go Go Loser Rangers, but it is so tiny, which means it's not English, which means I've made a boo-boo and bought a... I can't read whatever language this is. I think it's Spanish. Where's Barcelona? That's in Spain, right? Alright, so there's one that I have to send back. And I think, hopefully, I need to jump on this quick. Because I think I got this like the first week of December. So I better hurry up. You think you'd rather Sweat and Soap be a volume or two? I mean, I was enjoying volume 3 and 4 and 5. Also, so I presume what is on the front of volume 11, that's like the end. There's no thing afterwards. But you got to see their relationship at the beginning. I mean, what do you want? Do you want them to... Do you want to see them have kids and stuff afterwards? You want to see the honeymoon? Happens to all of us. Yeah, sometimes too often. I got like 3 volumes of Kingdom Hearts back there that I can't read because I ordered them and then looked at them and thought, yeah, I can read these. And then like months later when I decided to read it, it was too late for me to send it back. I mean, I've got loads of foreign volumes from when I've been on holiday years ago, or like people have gone abroad. I've got some Japanese volumes. But I feel like I've got like too many foreign volumes that don't mean anything to me anymore. I need to get this back as soon as possible. Probably better quality though. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. It's got a, what do you call it? I think it's called French flaps. Is that what they're called? So it's got the image here. You can't really tell because it's so bright. But you got the front cover and then the French flap, you take it over. It's the same front cover, but it's just in white and yellow. And the book is actually heavier. Does it use the white paper? It's not overly white. It's kind of like a mix between the standard terrible shonen viz manga paper, like the newspapery manga, and then like close to what you would see in Vinland Saga, like the nice white paper. Wait, no, not Vinland Saga. Something done by 7 Seas. I Die Dark is really nice. Dust jacket, French flaps. French flaps. Ugh, white paper. Why are you so anti-white? Why are you so racist towards paper? Zoe, we need to talk. I think the white paper looks nice. Not on everything. I don't think I'd want to read all of One Piece with it. Because it's so thick, it's not as enjoyable to like flick through. but the quality of the image is so much better. White paper is too stiff? Yeah, it is too stiff. You are right. The Viz slander hurts. Sage, how's it going? How was your Christmas and New Year? Alright, so I need to sell this one. I need to give this one back because I cannot read Spanish. Although maybe I'll keep it because it will be my first Spanish volume. But I would like to go to Spain one day and maybe pick up a Spanish copy. Who knows? Either way, it can't stay here for much longer. You're racist towards only the green ones, yeah? The Namekians. Chase, you gotta leave as well. Chase and Zoe, you leave. We can't be racist to paper now. Can't open the books and it hurts your hand. Yeah, it can be quite tough sometimes. I read Dire Dark Volume 4 over Christmas as well. And yeah, it was quite tough to open. Return it? I'll return it. Alright, this is the last one. Why is it already open? Volume 5 of... I'm pretty sure I ordered Volume 4. Why would I order... Damn. I'm missing Volume 4. Can you get Volume 4? I'm pretty sure I ordered Volume 4 of My Love Mix-Up. I think this is only... I think this is going to conclude in 9 volumes. So it kind of sucks that I haven't got Volume 4. Let me check my Amazon real quick. Right, Volume 4 is... It is in stock, but it's also out of stock because it's at £9.40, £9.54. Why is it so expensive? It's a £7.99 series, clearly. I think it's out of stock. Not out of stock, but someone's hiking up the prices. Yeah, this is a BL series that I wasn't expecting to enjoy. It doesn't, at the moment, I've only read 3 volumes. It doesn't feel like a BL series at all. Not the way that most people think BL is, which is like hardcore porn. This is more like just a cute shoujo series about 2 boys maybe liking each other, maybe not. Who knows? They don't. They have no idea. I feel like their social structure in terms of like relationships is so so different to ours. They'll sometimes go out with people just because someone asked them out, not because they actually want to. And they'll pursue relationships when it doesn't interest them. They'll just do it because they don't want to disrespect the other person or upset them in any way. And this kind of feels like that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty sweet. There's been no serious BL stuff, which I'm quite appreciative of. But it's good. I've enjoyed it. You approve of my shoujo pickups today? Thank you. Well, next week, I will definitely... Oh, don't want to put you there. You're going in the collection. Next month, February, hopefully, I'll probably do some more manga shopping. And most likely, I'll pick up a fair few new series. I really want to pick up Yona the Dawn, because I know they've been getting a lot of reprints. But I don't think I'll be able to. What is it on? Like 21 volumes? 27 volumes? Something like that. And a lot of them are out of print. But there's some like smaller volumes, shorter volumes, should I say, that I'll look to pick up. But that's it. 7 volumes. Should have been 8, but this one's in Spanish, which kind of sucks. My Love Mix-Up, Volume 5. Go-Go Loser Rangers, Volume 1. One Punch Man 18. A Sign of Affection 4. Welcome to the Ballroom 1, which I'm probably going to give back unless Bourne is still here and he's going to talk to me about it. And Hell's Paradise 7 and 8. I also need to find some more volumes of Requiem of the Rose King. I've got like volumes 2, 4, and 7. I need to find more Queen's Quality. I need volumes like 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I got on my shelf got 9, 13, 14, 15. It's crazy. Shoujo's a wild beast. I love the BL. I enjoyed My Love Mix Up. I read Candy Color Paradox. I did not enjoy that. Not because of what you would think, but the story was just boring. There was too much talk about and jargon about like newspaper journalists and photography and stuff, and it was just long-winded, and I didn't enjoy the lead up to the inevitable BL part. And at that point, I was just sick and tired of the volume. But this is more of a wholesome BL. No dicks. Literally. Need to check out some shoujo titles. Yeah, if you can, read some of them online before you buy them. There's some really good action shonen shoujo series, which are pretty good, which I think people would enjoy. Well, I say people. Shonen fans would enjoy. Maybe Killing Stalking. Didn't they get released like last year sometime? That would traumatize him. Wait, what is it? What's it about? Oh, they do a deluxe edition. Oh, I've seen this dude. It's 4 volumes. Oh, is it Korean? Is it Korean? I don't have any manhwa. You would never enjoy shoujo. I've seen your collection. You made a video like the other day. The other week, was it? With your Manga Haul, and you had like several... You had a couple of shoujo series in there. I'm sure you did. Killing Stalking is BL. Ah, I see. Psychological horror? Boy, I am not going to enjoy that then. Maybe I'll pick it up. Close you check out Sailor Moon. Yeah, that's like what most people think shoujo is. Like magical girls or just like romance in general. New resolution, read manhwa. No, read more. I can't do it all. I can do shoujo or that's it. I can't do it all. That sounds like something a misogynist would say. Yeah. Darkshade is a racist towards green paper and he's a misogynist. I'm not going to enjoy that. Maybe pick it up. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Most of my manga that I read last year was all based on recommendations from you guys. Last year, I think the only series I really wanted to read, which I didn't, I should have put that in my 2022 resolutions. I wanted to read 1 volume of Vinland Saga every single month, and I never got around to doing it. I ended up just reading 6, so I got halfway because I stopped a volume because I couldn't find volume 7. See, even Darkshade knows. He's racist to green people. He doesn't like Namekians. Which means... That means that Chase is most likely in cahoots with Frieza. So he's a bad guy. I knew it all along. He's not a Saiyan warrior. You recommend Alice in Borderland? I have got it. I just can't find it on my shelf somewhere. It is. It's down here. Right there. You can't really see it because it's a bit dark. don't know if I did this, I think it would just shine. It would just make my bald head shiny. What? So bright. Down here. Solar flare. Oh, now it's too dark. Freezer's kind of goat though. I don't know. Gold Freezer's cool, but I don't know. Bring back Freezer Stage 3. That's what I say. Let's get some more of that. What happened to Stage 2, 3? Why has it always got to be 1 and 4? I second the Alice in Borderland. Well, I got it. Maybe I'll read it. Oh, I also forgot to mention earlier I did a 2023 Manga Resolutions. I will not be reading any manga for the whole of January because I've read so much of it. I just can't keep up. It's too much and I need a slight break from reading manga, I think. If I do read any, it will be like at a slow pace and I'll read, I don't know, maybe 1 volume over like 2-3 days. Stage 3. Yeah, you know, he has his baby form where he's like in his pod on Namek. And then he like goes to his second stage. He's like quadruple the size. He's just hench, looks exactly the same. And his third form where he looks like, what's his name? The aliens from Alien. And then the fourth form, which is like his best form. They should bring back the second and third stage. You're currently reading a novel? Boy. I don't know how. There's I think Base Senpai and there's a few other manga tubers that I watch. They've stopped buying so much manga and they've moved over to reading novels. But their goals, rather than wanting to read like 300 volumes of manga, they want to read like 12 books, 1 book a month. Not to say that's not a lot, because obviously novels are just all words. But it's crazy how many people I've followed for manga, and now they're just reading novels now, and that's it. Burnout? Maybe burnout to the sense of constantly reading. Like my goal was to read. I had a goal to reach 80% of read-through rate for all of my manga, and I hit it. But to do that, I had to read nearly 500 books in a year. So it's like, you know, 1 or 2 volumes a day. Sometimes in a weekend, if I wasn't seeing anyone, which is most weekends, I would binge like 5 to 10 volumes. Is it still Zelda? It is. Light novels? I guess light novels are kind of the same as novels, right? They just sometimes don't use as many complex words. I guess maybe because it's translated from Japanese to English? I don't know. Alice in Borderland is such a Christmassy series. Wait, there's a winky face after that. You tell the truth or not? No, heavy novel. Going straight for the good stuff. Stephen King. I know a lot of people have started picking up Stephen King stuff because for some reason people think he's going to die sometime soon. Right. Thank you all for watching. It's been 3 hours. Wow, this is officially, I think, the longest stream that I've ever done. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for your well wishes for 2023. It has been an emotional journey today. I've been talking for way too long. But I did what I had to do. I did my manga resolutions. I did the manga haul. But thank you all for joining. I know a lot of you come from the UK. You guys got to go to bed. Some of you got work in the morning. Or children to look after at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Enjoy the rest of your evenings. If you have any manga still to finish that off before you go to bed. Although some of you have already finished a volume or two since starting here. Clive Barker all the way. Who the hell is Clive Barker? Who is this dude? Dude, you're from Texas? I didn't know you was from Texas. I knew you was in the US. It's 5 p.m. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening. You got all night. You got so long before you need to go to bed. Liddy, I hope you feel better. I hope you get your voice back soon. And you can continue making more videos. Glad to finally make a live stream. Well, I'll be here same time every single Monday. Clive Barker did Hellraiser. Dude. My expertise are in video games and manga. That's all I know. That's all I consume. And board games. What the hell is Hellraiser? That movie? Wait, you guys are talking about books. It's about a book, right? I was an author. There we go. We were talking about novels. Is he still alive? Cactins, you lost your voice as well? Why is everybody sick? Everyone in the UK is getting sick. You guys, we need to look after ourselves. Alright, I think I'm going to remove killing stalking from my recommended list. It sounds quite scary. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, weebs of all ages, thank you again for chilling, and I will see you all next time. Sleep fast, read fast. It's the new year, so make sure you write down your resolutions, you action them, and hopefully you'll see some results at the end of the year. Yes, and I hope everyone who does feel sick does feel better. Goodbye, guys. And I will finish off the stream now. If I can find the end stream button. Where are you? I probably won't be reading any novels, but if I do, I'll put them on a list separately that I will never look at until I'm like 60. Maybe I'll buy it and read it in 20 years. Later, guys.